Hello everyone, Hector Mendoza again. This is part 3 of a series of videos that I'm creating a weekly timesheet. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. There's a video 1 and 2 that shows you how to use this timesheet and what it's used for. But this is for the people that want to know how to create this. It's a pretty lengthy process, so I'm not going to talk a lot. And what I suggest, if you want to create this, what you're going to be doing is at the at the bottom of my video, you're going to have all this stuff here. So these are formulas that we're going to be using. Okay, uh, so I'm probably going to be keying it in. I don't need to use uh, copy and paste. So I'm going to hit Control N to create a new document. Okay, and it's real important if I put something on A3, like for instance A3 here, I need for you to put A3. That way the formulas will work. If I click here and it's F12, you need to do the same thing if you're going to follow me. Okay, so the first one on A3, we're going to type um, a date. Okay, so we're going to start with January 1st, 2020, right? But um, and here we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to tell this to be I'm going to say equal this plus 1 day, and I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to hit my control key for formatting. I'm going to go to my date, and I want to select this format. Okay, so that's what we're looking for right now. Um, Here I want to put a 1. I'm going to center it, and then while I'm here, I'm going to hit Control 1. I'm going to go to my border, outline it. Okay, so and this 2, I'm actually going to tell it to center 2. Okay, so I'm going to use center because as we move these things, I want it to center within the cell. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select these 2 cells. I'm going to merge. If you go to File, Merge and Center, it created into one cell. Here I'm going to put a format to take onto this name. Now that one there, it's a real long format, so this is the one you're probably going to want to copy and paste. Okay, you're going to hit Enter. Now I specifically did this just to show you something. Okay, so you see the value of it is because this Excel file hasn't been named. So Excel doesn't know there's something missing out of this Excel file. So what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Save As. We're going to save this, and I'll suggest saving it before you even start. On the desktop, I'm going to call this new timesheet, okay? And I'm going to put today's date 05/10/22 just to keep it, because I got a bunch of documents. Hit save. Now, if I click here and hit enter, it's going to take the value of this. Now, if I go in here and change this to Hector Mendoza, anywhere, it'd be nice to misspell my, to capitalize my last character. Okay, then it'll take on whatever name I put down here. While I have this selected, I want to go ahead and fill in the text to be white. I want the inside of the box to be a dark blue, and I want the text to be bold. Okay, so I changed all of those settings. Here I want to put start date /time. Here I want to put in date time, and then tab, hit total. Uh, you know, you're probably going to have to pause me, go, pause, or it'd be easier if you had two monitors. But because if I do this real slow, it's going to take a long time. So, and I apologize for going so fast. Now, I'm going to select this. I'm going to hold my shift key, hit my right arrow, and I want 6 of this kind of boxes. So there's number 1. I'm going to hit number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Oops. Let me start all over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. While I have everything selected, I'm going to hit Control 1. I'm going to, I want this to be my format. I want it to be, I got to go to custom, okay? And I need for this to be, so I need date and time. Okay, so let me see if I see that format anywhere in here. There we go. I don't see it in there. Here we go. Okay, so it's gonna be right here. I want it to be that format. So go to date and use 3/14/12 space 1:30 space PM. Hit OK. We got to have that format there. Okay. Now here. Oh, here. Let me go make sure that we have that. Okay, we got that format. Good. But while I have it selected, I want to turn it to yellow. And while I have that selected, I'm going to hit Control 1. You see this protection? I want to unlock it. Everything else is going to be locked. And I'll explain all that later. So now I want this formula. So actually all of this one's here. I'm going to hit Control 1. And this has to be hours and date. So we have to go to custom. And the one that we need, this is the closest one. I don't see nothing else. Yeah. This is the closest one I can use right here. So it's open bracket H, close bracket, colon, M-I-N for minutes, colon, SS, but I don't want the seconds. All I want is just the hours and minutes. So I'm going to delete those two, hit OK. Then here I want to hit equal this minus this, enter, and I want to duplicate this into every one of those cells. Let's test this and see if this is working. Okay, this is harder than it looks. That's why, you know, I've provided you with this thing and you don't have to go through all this. So here we go. So let's say it's January the 1st, so 1/1, and let's say you go in at 8 a.m. Okay, I like those numbers. No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, so let's see what happened. 1/1 for the date and 8 a.m. Okay, wrong format. So we got to click here, hit Control 1. Nope, that's not the one I selected. This is the one I need. Okay, let's try it again. 1/1, 8 a.m. and then 1/1 for January 1st, and let's say 4 p.m. Bingo. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to select everything and flush this to the left. It's just going to make it look prettier. Okay. Then here, what I want to do is put total hours and tab. Here, I want to add all of those. So I'm going to hit Autosum, hit enter. Now let's change the color of all of this to a light green. Okay. I want to get this total and center it in this box. Actually, I can flush right with the rest of it. I like it centered. Okay, and you know what? Let's just center all of that. There you go. That looks nicer. Now, I'm going to start from here all the way down here. I'm going to hit Control 1. I'm going to go to Borders. I'm going to outline the outside and inside. Hit OK. Now, starting to look pretty. Okay. Let me see what else I wanted to do here. I did want something else. I wanted a date in between these two right here. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to hit Insert. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to merge those two. I'm going to change the color of the text to black. I'm going to fill the cells with white, and I am going to put today's date. Well, the first day of the year, 1/1 enter. But I don't want it bold. I want it a different format, so Control 1. I'm going to go to numbers, and this is a date, and this is the date I want. Okay. I'm going to color this yellow, because this is one of those that we're going to be able to change if we want. So I'll turn it yellow. And while I'm here, I'm going to hit Control 1, and protection, I'm going to turn up the protection on that one. Okay. So now everything is looking good. Here's going to be the problem. You know, I'm going to color. No, I'll just leave it alone for right now. Okay, so if I try to add this number, it's not going to work because these are hours and minutes. You can't add hours and minutes and multiply with a regular number, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I need this space for something else, and you'll see later. But for right now, I'm going to click here. I'm going to convert this into a number. So if I hit equal, and I type hours, because those are hours, H-O-U-R, H-O-U-R, and what I want to do is open parenthesis, and you see right here C7, so I'm going to type C7, I'm going to close parenthesis, I'm going to hit the plus sign. Now I need to convert the minutes, so I'm going to put M-I-N-U-T-E, open parenthesis, same C7, close parenthesis, divided by 60, which will convert it into numbers for me. Now, that looks weird. Don't worry about it. It's because you have to hit Control 1, go to numbers, you have to go to numbers, I went to decimals, hit OK, boom, there you go. And let's test it out. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this same formula down to the end. I'm going to test this one. So let's say we got off at 4 p.m. We decided to come back in the same day at 1/1 space, let's say 5 p.m. and we left at 1/1, which is that same date, and we got out at 11 p.m. Bingo. 6 hours. It totaled this right here. Another thing I want, you see those are in hours and minutes. I want, and you'll see why I'm putting it right here, but I want the total of all of those here. So if I go in here, hit equal sum, open parenthesis, click, drag, left click from here to here, close my parenthesis, hit enter, it total. It's the same thing as this one, except these are numbers and these are hours and minutes. Okay, now everything looks good. I need to do the same thing using another formula. So I'm gonna click from here to here, hit Control C. Hit Control C. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna put an extra space in between everything. Hit Control V. And now I have that same formula for this one here. The only difference here that I need to do is change this format. So first of all, I'm going to use my my delete keyboard, which is this one right here. Okay, and to delete it. One thing you don't want to use is this one. Please do not use that one. Okay, when you're using this thing here, let me show you why. I want to click here and I want to delete. Look what happened. You see all these problems I got, right? Look all down here. Control Z. Okay, so if you want to delete, need for you to select whatever you want to delete, and you need to use the your keyboard and use the delete button that way, and that way you don't mess up the formulas. Now, okay, so everything's good. Now this is where it's going to get a little tricky, and let's see if we can do it the first time without messing something up. First of all, I'm going to, you see on the 4 down here, I'm going to left click, drag down to here. I'm going to hit Control C, and I'm going to skip 1, and I'm going to hit Control V. Okay, now what I need to do here is, let me think about this here. So January, okay, so I'm going to start from here to here. I'm going to hit Control C, skip 1, hit Control V. Okay, now got to do some formatting here. Okay, so this date is January 1st to January 2nd because Saturday and Sunday I'm going to group by themselves, and then starting Monday I'm going to be grouping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in a group, and you'll see what I'm talking about later. But for right now, I need for this date to be equal to this plus one date. Okay. I need to copy this and put it here because I need for this to be equal this plus one date. I'm going to copy it here. So I'm going to put equals this plus one date. I want this dates. I'm going to select, by holding the control key, I'm going to select each one of them and make sure that they're centered. So I'm going to hit control, oh no, I don't even have to hit control 1. I can just go in here and center them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 equal this plus 1 enter equals this plus 1 enter. Okay, now so oh yeah, we still need to do this one down here. So I didn't so if I click here, oops, hold my control key, hit control C, click right here, hit control V, give me a second here, hit control V, okay, so watch this, equals this plus 1, I need to paste it in here. So I'm going to copy this, control C, click here and hit control V, and it took on the format, control C, control V. Okay, now okay, so we got January 2nd. So from here I need to go equals this plus 1, same thing here, equals this plus 1, and then now here this number here, I need for this number to be equal this date plus 1, so Sunday, Monday, and this one here I want it to be equal this plus 6, so they takes me Monday to Sunday, and I'm going to have to do this one more time here, equal this plus 1 enter equals this plus 6 enter. If I explain to y'all everything that I'm doing, we would never get this thing done. This is a very, very hard thing to do, but it's about to get real easy. So this one equals this plus 1 enter equals this plus 1 enter. Let's see if everything's working right. Okay, so January 1st, this one is wrong, equals this plus 1 enter equals this plus 1 enter. Oh, equals this plus 1 enter. Okay, here we go. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want this one to be to have a border around it. Okay. Okay. Now, so January 3rd to January 9th. So now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in here. I need to add, you know, I got to put in, so this is Tuesday, I got to put in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so if I click from here to here, the formulas should follow me. I'm going to hit Control C. Click here. Give me a second here. Nope, that's not going to work. There's a we're missing a, here, let me enter, I need to enter a space. So Control 1. Excuse me. Right click, insert. There we go. Okay, now, so I'm going to start from here, go all the way down here. I'm going to hit Control C, and hopefully everything will work. Control V. It changed my number here. It changed this number. It just didn't change this. So there's something going on. Equals this plus 1 equals this plus 1. Okay, let me try it. Try this again. Click from here to here. Hit Control C. Click here. Hit Control V. There you go. 6 6 6 6. So that takes me Thursday. Let me see right here. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. Now, okay. So this is it's working. Now watch this. Now we need to start grouping things. So, oh, and you know what? Before I do that, I really don't need that number there. Okay. And this number, I need to start at E6 all the way to E23, so I need to change that to an E6, no, E7. Oh yeah, E7. There you go. I want to add all of those. Hit enter. Yeah, we need to. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it the easy way. Okay, so if I click here and I tell it Autosum, I can click and drag to right there, hit enter. Okay, that adds all of those. Now, I don't need that guy there, that guy there, that guy there. I don't need him, I don't need him, I don't need him, and I do need him. But to make things easy, for right now, I'm going to click and drag here all the way to here. And to right there, I'm going to group those things. So if I go to formulas, data, and group, I can collapse that, and that's exactly what I want. Now, because I didn't want to add this number to that, so now that I have this, I'm going to do Autosum again. I'm going to take from here and work my way up to there. Hit enter. I need to do the same thing down here. I need to click here, click here, click here, click here. I'm deleting them. Clicking. Okay, I'm going to auto sum starting from here all the way to there. Hit enter. This one here, I actually want to put it right here. I don't know why that one got out of place, but we fixed it. Okay, so now If everything works right, let's cross our fingers. We should be able to, January 1st puts me in January. There's January 1 and 2, so February 3rd to the 9th. So if I click here, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start from here, go all the way down to here. I'm going to copy, and my first one should be the 9th and the 10th. Perfect. Okay, 10, 11, 12, everything's working perfect. So we're going to go ahead and click here and hit another one, go all the way down here, and then hit another one, and you know what, no, I take that back. Let's hit Control Z. Let's hit Control Z. Now what I want to do, or let's hit Control Z, I want to 7 through the 9th. Okay, I want to go ahead and group these things before we do what I was going to do, because I want to copy those groups. Okay, so if I start from here, okay, go all the way to right here, and I data group that, and I collapse this, everything's working great. Okay, now one thing I do want to do is I don't want to be able to change this. Okay, so I'm going to hit my control key here. I'm going to go to Control 1. I'm going to protect that, and I'm going to change the color to none. Okay, I want no fill. Okay, because I don't want to have y'all make a mistake of changing that date. Okay, now I should be able to click from here, or no, let's start from here to here, hit Control C, click here, hit Control V, perfect. Click here, hit Control V, click here, hit Control V, click here, hit Control V, and right now we're at date 31. But before we continue, let's make sure everything looks good. So I'm going to collapse, not expand, I'm going to expand everything. So far, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, everything's working good. And I can collapse that one and collapse that. Yeah, so everything's working good. I can collapse this. Okay, that's the way I want it to work. Okay, so let's go collapse everything. Okay, now we're going to duplicate a bunch of them at one time. So I'm going to start from here, hold my shift key, click here, hit Control C, click here, hit Control V. Now we're going to get bolder. We're at number 66. So 66 plus 7. So we're actually, yeah, it's 66 plus 7. So let's click here, go all the way down here, and we're going to hit Control, Control V. Oh, I knew something. Control Y will redo what I just did. Okay, so let's start from here, go to here, hit Control C, click here, hit Control V, click here, hit Control V, and then it's changing, hit Control V. Now I'm going to get real bold. I'm going to do a bunch of them at one time. I'm going to click here, go all the way down to the bottom one, hit Control C, click here, hit Control V, and whoa, where there's more than what we need. Look, 365. So all we need is 366 days. We're at 367. So from here, I'm just going to go down, okay, and I'm going to use this key. You don't use this one. I know what I'm doing on this, so it's one of those. Don't try this at home, okay? We're almost done. So all we got to do, first of all, you want to hit Control S to save it. You know, I'm gonna we're gonna test some of this. So this is what we did. We separated the first one into 2 days because it started on a Saturday and ended up on a Sunday. That's just the way the year started this year. Then we separated Monday, January 3rd to Sunday, January 9th. From the 9th, it goes to the 10th. And you add 6 more days, it goes all the way to 16, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, so everything looked good because I can tell because it ended up with 300 and not 60, but 366, which took me to January the 1st of 2023. That gives me a whole complete year that y'all can use timesheets. Okay, so let's see if now the reason I did everything systematically, I'm going to collapse everything, not collapse, but expand everything, right? So watch, I'm going to click here. First, I want to see what I think it's number 7. Let me see. This first one starts at number 7. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a space. I'm going to hit equal sum, open parentheses. I want to click from here. I'm going to put colon, and I'm going to put D, what did I say, 7, right? D7, close the parenthesis, hit enter. So if I double click here, this line should go all the way to number 7. Okay, so let's see if it did it. Bingo. Okay, that totals all of that. Hit enter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control C. I'm going to put that same formula here, and I'm going to hit, before I do that, yeah, good. I'm going to hit Control V, and it copied that same formula. So let me make sure this one is working. So I'm going to say from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. It added here, and it totaled it here. And we'll try one more thing to say 5 a.m. until 3 p.m. Enter. Look, 15 plus 8 is equals 18. And that 18 is numerical. It's not hours and date. So everything's working good. Let's try this other side. January 1st, 8 a.m. until January 1st, let's say 4 p.m. Okay, that works good. Let's say March the 1st, 8 a.m. March the 1st, 4 p.m. Bingo. Works. Okay, remember, I'm going to delete this stuff. Well, how I'm going to delete? I'm going to use my keyboard. So I'm going to click here, hold my control key, click here, click, 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 use my keyboard, That doesn't mess with your formulas. Okay, now that's it, guys. Ooh, I wonder how long it took. If y'all, if anybody lasted this long, congratulations. You're a hell of a guy or a hell of a woman. Okay, now, so the next thing, anytime you're gonna work on these things, you wanna protect your formulas. And you know, before we do that, I'm gonna make these things a little bit bigger so that everything works good. So, okay, now, okay, so if you go to review and you click protect sheet, all you have to do is just hit OK. Forget about everything else. Just hit OK. Now watch what you just did. If I accidentally go here and I type something, look, it won't let me. If I click here and try to take something, it won't let me. If I click here and try to, it won't let me, right? Now, if I click here, because we have it yellow, it's going to change it. So let's say it's next year, and you don't want to go through my big old video again. You're going to save this file, or you might have to email me, say, hey, Hector, I lost my other one. I can't remember how to do this. Can you send me a copy of it? And if I'm a nice guy that day, I'll do it for you. Okay, so let's say it's next year. All you got to do is type 1/1/. Now we're in year 23, and we got a problem. Cause. Okay, no problem. We can fix that real quick. Okay, good. I'm glad I tested it. So I want this to equal. Oh, it's protected. So let's unprotect it. I want this to equal to this and hit enter. And now hopefully everything will change here. So let's say 1/1/23. You see, it all changed accordingly to 23. Okay, so let's go all the way to the end just to make sure that worked. See, 23, 23, 23. Okay, so I'm glad we looked at this. So that means that this one has, because look, if I change this to 1/1 slash, /23, it doesn't change, right? If I click here, hit equal this, enter, now everything changed. We go all the way to the end. 23, 23. Okay, so but we need 1/1 because it's 22, right? 1/1 is 22. Why did it automatically change it to 22? Because if you look at the formula, you go to Control 1 and you look at the number, you see this little asterisk right here? That asterisk tells you right here that the date displayed, it's going based on your computer. All this stuff is based on your computer. So it knows that this is the year 2022 because right in here, this is formulated for this. That's what that asterisk is for. That's why whenever I'm putting dates, all I have to do is put 1/1 or 2/3 because it knows the year of that date. Okay, now you would want to protect it again. Okay, so now the only bad thing about protecting this, which is no big deal, is that you see, if I wanted to collapse, it won't let me collapse anything because it's protecting the cell. So if you wanted to collapse something, I would only protect this during the time that I'm actually typing stuff in here. Because guys, I'm telling you, you could be into 4 or 5 hours into doing payroll and or doing some, let's say you have 20, 30 employees and you mess something up and you're gonna, oh no, trying to figure out where the problem is. Unless if you know this program real good, you could spend a lot of time figuring out where you messed up. So I always suggest protecting it. Now, another thing, you see right here, I am gonna hide this because this don't mean nothing to us, right? So if I hit Control 1, oh, excuse me, the easiest way is just go home and paint it white, the text. And it's not letting me, you know why, right? Oh, you did. Okay, so click here, because those numbers don't mean nothing to us. I just have them there because I have to have a formula to convert this into this. Okay, so let's go home, or let's go to data, protect, sheet. Well, right now I'm not going to protect it because, like I was telling you, you can't collapse everything so that you can um, view it this way. Remember, this is the 297th day out of the year. So looking for this thing is for dates. You say, oh, we're in about the 50th day of the year. A lot of calendars is going to have, uh, let me see if my calendar here, no, this guy's didn't do it. A lot of calendars on each page is going to tell you what day of the date, not date, what day of the year it is. Like it's the 213th, 220th, and I like those kind of calendars. So, so let's say somebody started working for you in August the 15th. There's a lot of things you can do where you don't have to go up and down, up and down. Um, I'll show you that in a minute because one thing I need to show you is how to change uh, names and things of that nature. So let's say you have 20 employees. Okay, first of all, once you get to this stage, you know you're done. And if you do this with my instructions as fast as I went, man, you email me and I'll give you a thumbs up because I know I did this real fast. I mean, I teach this kind of stuff, but it's one-on-one and they're paying me and I'll go as slow as you want at that point, this is a freebie. So now, that given, let's say the first thing you want to do is double click here and call this master worksheet. Okay? You want to never touch this because when you're going to get a new employee, or even if you're not going to get a new employee, you're just going to be you. You want this to always be here for you. If you right click on the name, you can click move or copy, and all you have to do is hit OK. What this did, it didn't do it. So right click, move and copy. You see right here, you have to click on create a copy and hit OK. Oh, here it is. Okay, so you see it named it number 2. So you leave this one alone, and you can move these things around. So let's say I want this on this side. Keep this one on this side, right? If I double click here, I can change this to Hector, oops, Mendoza, and look what happens. So I'm going to collapse. Not, I'm going to expand everything. Look, change my name for me. Okay. Um, Now I'm going to collapse everything. I'm going to do this one more time for you So let's say you had a new employee, or you have a bunch of employees. You click here, you right click, you move or copy, you click on create a copy, you hit OK, then you're going to have this worksheet 2, right? You're going to double click on it, and let's say it's Elizabeth, Elizabeth Mendoza, my wife. All right, she works for me. Well, I know she works for me, but so remember, you can move her. You hit enter. You can click on her and move it wherever you want. Okay, so Hector and Elizabeth. That's how easy it is to create new ones. Remember, always keep a master copy, and always when you're working on this, protect it. So, so let's say that right now we're in May the 10th. So if I go to May the 10th, okay, so April, May the 10th would be right in here. So you would collapse, I don't know why I keep on calling it collapse. You would expand this one, okay? Once you expand it, you might as well lock it, okay? So go ahead and hit protect sheet. That way you don't mess anything up. And you're gonna work on this for for a whole week. Then you can collapse it and you do the next one, and just go back and forth and collapsing this thing. Now, because right now, if I try to expand, nothing happens. If I try to click here, it won't let me move it. The only places it's going to let me change anything is where it's in yellow. Okay, guys, I talked enough. I'm tired. I hope this explains a lot. And I know I talk fast, but if I didn't talk this fast, imagine how long this would have taken. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to find this kind of stuff, uh, become a subscriber. I teach. I haven't posted stuff, but I do know Illustrator, Photoshop, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Exactamente, Symbility, of course, Excel, Word. I used to know PageMaker, CorelDRAW. I'm fluent in about 20-something programs, and I like this kind of challenges. Thank you for being a valued subscriber, and I hope you enjoyed my videos. Thanks a lot, guys.